Alrighty, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're going to be ranking the ANIS on the Burst 3 tier list. Obviously, I think we've seen enough. Right? I'm glad that I've waited one extra day, obviously, because I was going to rank her a day earlier, but then like when I was going to rank her, I had no knowledge of the level 9 burst skill, right? I'll admit it. I'm telling you guys the truth. I know. So yeah, I'm glad that I waited even one more day, because it does, boost her up or take her down even more, in my opinion. So we're going to talk about it. Thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. I'm planning a giveaway, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about giving away like one ANIS and one helm before they go away on a viewer's account. That's like what I'm thinking about for the giveaway. But yeah, before we rank her, make sure you guys like and subscribe, of course. And now we're just on the road to 10k, right? That's it. I just 10k. But we're going to like fix some of the placements here, right? I think I'm gonna move some characters around. So for SS, I think I'm going to put Alice here. Now, the reason why Alice wasn't in SS there for me before was because you had to kind of invest into her crazy, right? But if this is based off Endgame, which it is, it's only fine. I think it's only fair that I put her there. If you got it, I know you have to invest into her heavy, but when you do, the results definitely show. A character I'm actually going to take down is Solene. Now, Solene is a great character still, but the problem with her is that the moment she loses 1 HP, everything just goes down the drain, right? She still does wonderful damage, but you have to remember, she does crazy damage when she uses her burst skill. And if she's not specifically at 100% on her burst skill, even if you have a healer, it's just not really going to be all that crazy. So, yeah. And then I think, Maxwell, I'm gonna keep here in A2. I know I could put her in S because of her attack buff and her, I'll put her in S, low S. I'll put her Maxwell in low S, right? Because she is a boss killer at the end of the day, and then she does give a great attack support to two allies with the highest attack. But now on to the character we care about, Summer ANIS. Now, I've tested Summer ANIS everywhere. Literally story progression, bosses, not all the bosses, because all the bosses haven't been out. And then also PvP. I'll have that showcase out one of these days, if not today. She's very good in PvP too. Very good in PvP. And I'm gonna explain like what I experienced from PvP. So the thing about this character for me is that she becomes, okay, it's the fact that she's a sub DPS, right? A supporter and a DPS. But the thing is, she does her job well as for both, right? I think I speak for everyone when I say we can all agree, right, that this is what we expect from limited characters. Now, I expect around the range of ANIS, but ANIS ended up becoming so broken. Like, she ended up becoming like such an insane DPS for someone who's a supporter, right? So her first skill, obviously, when you enter a full burst, she only affects electric code, which in my opinion, obviously I would understand why a lot of people would say it should be an L because it's only electric code. But remember, a limited character should not be this broken, right? If that was all allies, that would be way too much, right? Electric code is already crazy because electric code contains Scarlet, Taran, Guillotine, Maiden, right? And they also just got mastered now herself as an insane DPS. Guillotine, right? Like insane, all these people, right? So the oh wait, they put out the rankings. I'm gonna have to review that later. Yeah, okay, so the thing is, literally, I think electric code allies is fine already, right? Because I didn't want this character to be the new #1, because if you, after her ban as of right now, there's no way she's gonna rerun. But this burst skill is so good because literally the higher you get her attack, the more the attack buff for herself and all the electric code allies, and you can get her attack very, very high if you give her overload and get the overload all 4 pieces to have max attack percentage, right? Well, I guess not, right? Because it's not based on final attack, so forget what I just said about the overload gear, right? It's not based on final attack. But if you get dupes, if you get the affection up, if you get I guess just base stats, equipment stats, attraction or affection, I think it's called attraction, which is the bonds, and then also the dupes, right? Those are the only ways that this will go up, right? And it's quite nasty. And then the reload speed. The thing about this character for me is that she becomes a secondary Privity, and in my opinion, Privity is a top 10 character. Literally. Now the thing is with this character is you kind of do, well, I don't want to say kinda, okay, I'm gonna say kinda, because you kind of do have to run Privity, but if you do end up getting her burst skill to level 9, like I was saying earlier when I started this video, if you get her burst skill to level 9, you no longer need to bring Privity, which opens up your team more. The only problem with that for me is that 9 is a lot of investment. It's not really that big of a deal for one character. Obviously, it's not like it's the whole team, but getting a character to level 9 skills is not something anybody could just do any time of the week unless you have all those mats and you bought all those mats as a whale, right? Realistically, if you have no mats, it's not going to be easy for you to get, like, let's say you have 0 skill manual mats, right? It's not going to take you 2-3 days to get all your, your burst skill to level 9. That might take you a week or two, right? Maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know how long it will take, actually. Probably like around that 2-week-ish range, right? So for some people, they might not like that. But then again, since her best partner is Privity and you have to run Privity with her until you get to that point, it's honestly fine because one, Privity is a free unit, right? You get Privity from the day-by-day missions. You literally get Privity from the day-by-day missions, so she's a free character. Not to mention, Privity is not only buffing ANIS, Privity is buffing up your entire team, right? So it would be so much different if Privity was only buffing up ANIS and nobody else. Then that's when I feel like, okay, now it's a problem for Privity because I'm forced to bring Privity already, but I'm forced to bring someone who's only buffing one character. No, Privity is doing the exact same thing that ANIS is doing on her first skill, on top of decreasing their max ammo capacity, and that's going to all allies when you enter a full burst. You don't have to use her burst skill, you don't have to do nothing. She just needs to be on the team, which is fantastic, right? And she's free, so there's really no argument there about having to use her, right? The only argument is that you're forced to bring her. I guess technically the argument is that you have to bring her, and then by bringing her, that's already 2 burst 3 slots taken, right? And then you're going to have to bring another burst 3 DPS unless you want ANIS to be your main DPS. And then you're forced to bring like a 1-1-3 comp, which is 1 burst 1, 1 burst 2, and then 3 burst 3s, right? And then that kind of limits yourself to healers, right? Because the only burst 2 healer, I think, with a 20-second cooldown is Quincy, and she's not even healing like that. She's just increasing your max HP for a bit. And that is healing for the time, but it's not like actually healing, right? It is healing, but it's not healing, essentially. So, yeah, literally. I do think, well, it is healing, but it's not. Like, I don't know things. You guys know what I mean. Like, it's healing, but it's not, like, healing. It's not, like, you guys know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. But what really makes this character shine, obviously, is obviously what surprised everybody was the second skill, right? I mean, not really, it didn't really surprise me, right? I already knew before even, like, she came into the game that 382% when the last bullet hit, right? Knowing a weapon a character has, like, let's be realistic, bro. Knowing the weapon that a character has, right? And then firing the last bullet with 300%, and also seeing that on their burst skill, they lower it by that much. Knowing other characters can also lower it by a big amount. I already knew, actually, let me show you guys something, right? If we go to, Nikke here, right? Because people were saying it's a bug, right? Let me show you guys something, right? People were saying it's a bug. When you know what other characters do, you will know if a character is going to be too much or not. Even Nikke themselves, it's not a bug, because if you look at the, summons right here, take a look. They're showing it at 1 and with Privity. And I mentioned this a long time ago, but they always showcase these characters with their best partners and in their best situation. So when D came out, this summon animation, right, for the summon screen, it was D against Modernia. When Sakura came out, it was Sakura against Train, right? And those are their best situations. As you see here, her best situation is with Privity, and that's what Nikke is literally telling you. So honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it's I mean, it's. I know it's not a bug, right? Even before the character came out, I knew she was gonna be at literally a max of 1 ammo when you use her burst skill if paired up with Privity, right? That was just common sense, right? 73% with 9 bullets on the shotgun on top of the 50% for Privity. Come on now, even even a kid could see that was only gonna be 1 bullet, right? So. Yeah, I think this character is a very, very good character. She's great in PvP, fantastic in PvP actually. I'm gonna show you guys that later. Because the 2 bullets, right, it's still going to affect people. And if you run a comp where like Privity's stunning them and then she's, you know, landing 2 shots, and then you know, it's affecting 2 enemies and there's only 5 of them in total, you could see how it works well, right? Of course, if you're in that power range, right? If you're outpowered, you're gonna get clapped. But if you're fighting within your power range, you're gonna see how nasty it is, right? And then also, literally, the reload speed, the damage is strong element. When it comes to water bosses, she's gonna do nothing but cook. Because when it comes to regular bosses, she does nothing but cook, right? And bosses only have 1, like, it's only the 1. Now, when it comes to bosses like, you know, bosses with ads, right, which are like bosses with mobs, I guess, she's gonna go crazy, right? When it comes to a boss, like, what boss has mobs? What boss has mobs? Motherwill has mobs. Yeah, like she might be crazy. Ooh, we might have to test that when Motherwill come back. We have to see that with Motherwill. She might be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, honestly, I know I've been rambling, but I'm going to have to give her the SS tier. I do. She is a must summon character, and I only say she's a must summon because she's limited. If this was a character you could get any time of the week, I would say she was it was a character that you can get any time after her banner on wishlist. I would have said I highly recommend to summon, but obviously I wouldn't force you to summon right there and then when her banner is live. But because she is limited, after her banner goes away, she's going away, and it's most likely she's not going to rerun until next summer. Not to mention, we already have Neon and Mary who need to rerun before her. And that's going to be a lot of units. So we're going to have to really see how reruns work when we get our first ever rerun this Christmas, right? Hoping that it's Anne and Rupee that rerun. So this is my honest opinion on the Burst 3 tier list. You guys definitely let me know what you think here. Who would you guys move around and who would you guys move, you know, literally move up and down? I think honestly this is like a fair placement overall. I think this is where I would put like a fair placement for a lot of these characters. Overall, maybe I could give Helm low S, but I think A is where she is going to be for me. But yeah, this is honestly what I would say is the tier list, right? This is the tier list for Burst 3. You guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. Again, thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers. I'm working on a giveaway. Again, it might most likely be like me summoning on a viewer's account until I get them 1 copy of Helm, 1 copy of ANIS, even if they have them or not. And then also like the later battle pass. Because I'm gonna get multis from that as well. And then I'll figure that out. But you guys stay in touch, subscribe, like. I'll see you guys next one. I'm out. Peace.